Well, this is such a large contract, right, that they chose not to define exactly what level of service constitutes a breach.
City Councilman Michael Baranda told us there is no language in the garbage contract between Red River Waste Solutions and the City of Fort Wayne that defines a breach. Even though, as Baranda said, the language isn't there, City Council still gave its take tonight on how to move forward with Red River after numerous complaints about garbage pickup. News Channel 15's Tony Sandlaben was at the meeting. He joins us now. Tony, with all of this new information about contract language, where do we stand now with Red River and the city?
Well, Tara, for now, a lot is still up in the air. For the last couple of weeks, we've given you the story on City Councilman Russ Yale's resolution declaring Red River in breach of contract. Tonight, the rest of the council voted on that resolution, but with the ambiguity on what qualifies as a breach of contract, this saga certainly is not over.
Thank you. The resolution passes with a vote tally of 7 in favor and 2 against.
With that, the City Council voiced its displeasure with Red River Waste Solutions' trash pickup performance. But that may not have been the biggest takeaway from the meeting. It was revealed there is no language in the Red River contract that defines what a breach would be, which has left the city and Red River on 2 different pages.
When we saw Red River believe that it's almost abandoning the contract in total for them to constitute a breach, and that's a pretty far stretch from where we were tonight, that's for sure.
Yet, the City Council voted 7-2 in favor of finding Red River in breach of contract anyway, but that does not terminate the contract.
You know, I think we really just needed to quite literally lay down the law and let the administration know that the people of Fort Wayne believe that there has been a material breach of the contract and that the administration should move forward with that in mind.
This comes after Mayor Tom Henry announced a list of new requirements Red River must follow to improve trash pickup.
We expect more as a city and are demanding more from Red River in relation to garbage pickup and recycling efforts.
That list includes bringing in additional drivers to cover collection routes, bringing in a full-time recruiter, and partnering with Ivy Tech Community College Northeast and Northeast Indiana Works to find more potential employees through recruitment and training efforts.
For the mayor to allow his staff to work in that level of detail with us is a commitment that we take very seriously, and so we have a commitment to the staff here at the city that we're gonna follow through with those things.
Now, it was also made clear tonight that the residents' mist that's been reported has not been entirely accurate. That's because one person may call 311 and say that an entire neighborhood has been missed, but since it was only one call, it would only count as one person, when in reality, around 400 people may have actually been missed. Because of that, the City Council wants everyone to be patient with 311, but still individually call them when your trash is missed, so that calls can more accurately show how many residents are getting missed. Red River is not worried about increasing fines with more calls because it says its staff won't let it get to that point. Live in Studio 15, Tony Sandlaben, News Channel 15.